Good luck.
So a big step up here for Criztec Bazaldua, the 6-0 prospect. We've seen in each of his pro fights here on DAZN, signed to Matchroom. Jumping into the WBC Grand Prix after a couple of fights fell through, now taking on Alan Dutra. 14-0 prospect from Argentina. A current Argentinian national champion at 135 pounds. He won that fight against Ramiro Lucero, which, by the way, was an absolutely bonkers fight. A come-from-behind knockout win from Alan Dutra in a fight that it seemed like he was seconds away from getting knocked out in. That's the kind of adversity that Bazaldua has not yet had to face in the pros, but Bazaldua was considered a true blue-chip prospect. He was the #1 ranked fighter in his weight class in the United States at the time that he was signed by Matchroom.
And there's a pressure with that. People expect you to do stuff, and your development to be quicker than it should be as well. Sometimes you're not afforded the time to develop properly, and it can be an issue at times.
Hey, think about the names that Matchroom USA has signed, and the criticism they have faced on their ascent. Guys like Emma Williams, Diego Pacheco, for example.
Yeah.
It's a different thing, Barry, when you grow up on television, essentially. There was a time when prospects like this, you wouldn't see them in a tournament like this, but you wouldn't see them on the screen at all.
And if you did, they show 2 rounds of clip. If a couple of fights got short, I don't think earlier tonight we've seen this, and they'd show a little bit of your fight if you were very, very lucky.
Shot to the body there from Bazaldua.
I think Bazaldua has a little bit more pop than his record suggests, having only 1 knockout and 6 wins.
That was a nice feint, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Little double feint through the jab. Stalking me to each other again. Still early days here. That's good right hand.
Hard right hand to the body there from Dutra. You could hear that one, but back comes Bazaldua with a left hand to the body of his own.
Bazaldua took that body shot well.
He touted the punching power of Alan Dutra, and you could see what that looks and sounds like when he really lets it rip. Sharp left hand there from Bazaldua.
Nice uppercut there as well.
Seconds remaining in the opening round as Bazaldua picking up the volume here. Good opening round for the prospect from Los Angeles, California. Round 2 now underway. Good start for Criztec Bazaldua. Bright prospects in the Matchroom stable. You referenced Diego Pacheco, his stablemate, also his longtime friend. They've known one another since they were kids. And in a lot of ways, Bazaldua has talked about, Pacheco kind of setting the table for where he wants to be and how he wants his development to look.
Another young fighter for him to look up to, who was matched good in his career, in my opinion.
A clash of heads there, I believe. A shot behind the head as well. Yeah, it looks like Dutra will be warned for maybe turning his body a little bit too much for the referee's liking, catching that shot behind the head. It's a sharp counter left hand there, Barry. I like that one.
Yeah, he knows how to use his reach as well quite well, doesn't he, Bazaldua? Okay, just keep popping that jab out all the time without taking that step forward or leaning over the front foot. And that makes it so hard for Dutra then to counter off that. He has to take that extra step or jump into an attack.
Oh.
And Bazaldua back up to a vertical base. Bazaldua so far just neutralizing everything that Dutra is thinking about. Dutra landed that one good left hand. And other than that, this has been one-way traffic being directed by Criztec Bazaldua.
And even that feint, the feint he's throwing there, that's not for him to fire off, that's just to make Dutra reset all the time.
But Barry, sometimes you hear fighters talk about the fact that, oh, that is a big-time clash of heads. And luckily, no cut produced there. Just to finish the thought, you know, we've heard fighters, Barry, talk about the fact that sometimes, you know, feints can be almost as exhausting as receiving punches sometimes. You know, you're constantly resetting, and it just drains the battery.
And tensing. The tension is the worst thing that drains the energy.
Bazaldua just not allowing Dutra to get to the inside here. There, Dutra takes a step to the left, but swing and a miss as Bazaldua takes a step to his right and rips a left hand to the body. Another clash of heads here, and this is becoming a recurring theme of 3 clashes of heads in 6 minutes of action.
Moving nice here, though, Bazaldua. A few seconds ago, he did a little double feint close to the target, and that would just make Dutra just step back a little bit.
Beautiful.
Fights up top, but he also can fight good going underneath.
Yeah.
You know, he fights tall.
Another uppercut to the body there from Bazaldua.
Come on this round, Bazaldua. A bit more pop in that jab.
Oh,
Bazaldua, I think, allowing Dutra to get a little bit closer here because he can land these power shots.
but in return, he's also allowing him to get off a couple of shots like that left hook. Dutra just landed.
But he came up with more intent in his work. Bazaldua.
And that's kind of the ideal deception, I think, that Bazaldua is trying to pull off here. You keep him at the end of the jab, make him think that you're stuck out there, then you allow him to come in and you run him into shots like that, and that one, 2 straight rockets right on the chin of Dutra.
Desperate to get that body shot on right on point, isn't he?
He has visions of how this fight could end. Maybe folding Dutra up with a shot to the body. You can't take too many of those.
Right in the breadbasket, we used to say. Good shots.
Bazaldua might be setting him up for a nice left-hand uppercut.
Left hand again. They're coming in every fashion here. A left hand buffet being fed to Dutra at the moment.
Oh, good shot there from Dutra. I was just about to say, Bazaldua can see the shots coming, but not that right hand.
Talked about Dutra being in situations like this where he looks like he's out of it and he comes back with something spectacular.
He'll get back on the jab. Bazaldua. Lovely left hand. He just steps back when he throws that left hand, so he just takes a little bit of sting out the punch.
Right, he's not punching through the target like he was mentioning earlier.
And you don't have to step forward with it, just, again, let's go back to what I've been saying all day. Just turn.
Full twist.
Yeah, keep the feet
Just a
where
full
they are.
twist, full momentum.
Hold it, stop! Let's go.
20 seconds remaining here in round 3 as Dutra tries to find the body of Bazaldua. Yeah, Dutra has landed about 2 shots of significance in this fight, but they both look very dangerous.
Oh, and another
And
one.
make it 3. That one might have buzzed Bazaldua.
Yes, he's leaning on him.
And Bazaldua, 11 fights as a professional. Criztec Bazaldua, well, his sister, Perla, was a spectacular amateur as well and recently signed a long-term deal with Top Rank. Just the third woman to sign a long-term professional contract with the legendary promotional outfit. Nice right hand down the middle there from Dutra.
And again, right on the chest. He didn't try and reach up to the head and maybe miss. So right on the middle. That's sort of a lesson for when you're the shorter fighter. Sometimes you just got to punch your level. And if you don't hit the chin, but you hit the chest, you're pushing them back, you're hitting something.
You can get past that straight left. I like the way he went to the body, Bazaldua, with that jab.
That's single jab. I would try and come back with a 3-punch combination, straight. All straight punches, just follow the punch back.
You know how Zab Judah used to draw the fighter in and then catch him with the uppercut, that left uppercut? That's what I want to see from Bazaldua.
Zab Judah, he's the greatest 6-round fighter there's ever been. he was, wasn't he? I know he's a championship fighter. I mean, for 6 rounds, he was brilliant. Beyond brilliant.
One of the most powerful 140-pounders I've seen. Explosive power.
There's an uppercut to the body again. To your point, Brock, you have to think at some point he's going to bring that shot just about 2 inches higher.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness! Down goes Bazaldua! And this one is over in an instant! Alan Dutra does it again!
Like I said earlier, confident in his power.
Whoa. What a fantastic shot that was.
Oh, that is a frightening knockout.
Let's hope Bazaldua recovers well.